Hey, what is going on, guys? My name's Sana, and welcome to Crypto Bible. I hope you're all doing very well. We had a little bit of a dip over the last day or two, and I thought I'd just try and come on here and present the case that our dip could possibly be finished, the bottom could possibly be in. What I decided to do this morning and over the past few days was I had quite a few charts up, and I wanted the charts to all just kind of tell me a story. You know how I do it. I don't particularly just look at Bitcoin to tell me that the bottom is in. I look around the charts on multiple different cryptos, and they can ultimately tell me whether or not the bottom could possibly be in. Now, look, I'm not saying it is in for certain. I'm just presenting the case that it could be in based on what I have seen on other charts and Bitcoin itself. So in this video, I want to just kind of be going through quite a few charts that I tend to go over quite often anyway. I've got a mixture of obviously Bitcoin, quite a few high cap coins as well, so large caps, because ultimately they're the ones that would tell the story most of the time. And I've also got the total market cap of crypto to take a look at as well, because that has also come back down to a pretty important level, which we have bounced off. So, one thing I didn't want to do was wake up this morning to a whole sea of red with Bitcoin absolutely falling on itself. And thankfully, I kind of just woke up in the same area of where Bitcoin was when I went to sleep. But nonetheless, there was a bit of a dip when I was sleeping, and it did bounce on a certain area. So let's just take a quick look at it. So this is the Bitcoin chart right here. This was actually something that I presented yesterday in the Discord. I was taking a look at this area as a point of support, which could possibly come in. Reason being is because, just bear in mind, this is the 4 hour chart, right? So if we look here, that's 4, 8, 12 hours of support was found in this level previously on the 12th of August when we had our previous big dip, right? And also, if you look over here, we also had 12 hours of resistance on the 8th of August. So this area, which was resistance, did end up turning into support, and we actually just found some support on this area again as well. If I zoom out into the hourly chart, you can kind of see the bounces that was happening in this level right here. Obviously, we had quite a bit there, was struggling to get through it, but once we finally did, when we came back into this area, we actually ended up bouncing out of it. Now, of course, you could just say that this isn't just a line right like that. It's not bouncing on a line. Sometimes there are just ranges, and in this case, this clearly just was a certain range, hence why I put that rectangle in there. And that was one of the things that I was looking for in my Discord. I actually posted it over there on my Discord saying that either we come into this area, which was a previous resistance and then acted as support a few days ago, this area would be around 44k. As you can see, I showed that right there. And we did come back down to $44,190. So whether or not that is the bottom for Bitcoin, I wasn't 100% sure about it, because of course we still need a lot more data. I would have liked to have seen maybe a little bit more volume come in as well. As you can see, we are having a little bit of a red morning today, but whether or not that's going to keep going up, because as you can see, these wicks right here, they are quite big. These are hourly. This is the hourly chart now. So literally yesterday, every time we came into that range, we bounced out of there pretty well as well. Like, it wasn't just no random tiny little bounce. These were bounces that were happening pretty big, because these are big wicks. So every time we come into this area, it seems to have some kind of reaction. So I'll wait and see how that does play out. But for now, that is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this bottom to hold, which would come in at exactly, we could say, around 43,900. I'd like to see $44,000 hold. So that is what I'm looking for right there. But then obviously I wanted to get a little bit more data, so I decided to head over to Cardano and see what that's doing as well. Because obviously, previously we did smash through all retracement levels, which is very, very good news. And one thing I do want to mention to you guys, because I was asked this yesterday, is if something has smashed through all retracement levels, which I'll show you in a second now, but then it comes back down into those retracement levels and starts breaking down through them, is that a bad thing? No, it's not. If something has broken through all retracement levels when heading up, to me, that's very bullish. And it does not matter if they do come back into the retracement levels at all. That does not matter at all. They have already smashed through them. To me, that's very bullish. So let's have a quick look at Cardano. And you'll notice right here that if I do place a fib over it, we go like that. As you can see, we found support right on the 0.618. So what I was talking about was the last retracement level was the 0.786. Cardano completely smashed through all of them, as you can see, but we didn't manage to make a new all-time high. So we have come back down into these retracement levels. This would mainly be because Bitcoin has probably began dipping ever since it got up there. Cardano did need a break as well, but it was very, very good to see that it found very, very good support on top of the 0.618. Very, very important support level right there. If we do end up breaking below that, the areas I'd be looking for Cardano to come back down would be on top of these right here. So, not too much lower really, maybe into that area there, and we could possibly find support on the 50%. Right now, I'm going based off Fibonacci retracement levels to find support because ultimately they've worked really well for me. And to be honest, the rest of the video is mainly going to be showing you where these things have come back down to find support, because I have come back down into important areas. So Cardano finding support on 618. Hopefully that does hold, because the rest of the market did bounce. So that could be the bottom there as well. So that was obviously good to see. Moving on to Luna. So Luna right here, as you can see, that did make a new all-time high, and we did smash through all retracement levels in this case as well. However, one thing did happen with Luna, which was very important to me and definitely needed to happen, guys. And it came at the exact time that everything was dipping. So this could also be another sign that the bottom is in. As you can see, we broke through all retracement levels and we did come back down to touch this area right here, right? If I take that off the screen, as you guys can see, the area that we did come back to touch was indeed our previous all-time high. And every time a certain resistant level breaks, which clearly our all-time high would be, we have to come back down and retest it as support to carry on going further. This, to me, is very, very bullish for Luna. Taking away Fibonacci retracement levels or anything else, the only thing I would have liked to have seen for Luna to happen was exactly this: for it to come back down, retest our previous resistance, which was our all-time high, probably the most important resistance level to come back and retest as support, so we can head our way up higher. Okay, so the fact that Luna has also done this at the same time, even though Luna was ignoring every other bearish sign that Bitcoin was putting out there for us, Luna just carried on going, and at this point in time, it's just fine. It's just found some support on top of the previous all-time high. So that was very good to see as well. Moving on to XRP. Very simple, guys. XRP just obviously landed on the fib 0.382. As you can see, a perfect land on there as well, and a big bounce up on top of it as well. So that's just another coin which has bounced on an important Fibonacci retracement level and started heading its way higher. So, I'm seeing a lot of bounces everywhere. So it's very, very difficult to judge whether or not the actual bottom is in. However, probably the most important two charts I'm about to show you could be an even bigger indication that it is done. Number one, I want to show you the total market cap of crypto. This is basically where all crypto should be, right? This is the total market cap of crypto. And right now, that even found some support on the 50% retracement. Okay, so it's very good to see that this did not start breaking down. Okay, and heading into lows again. We found good support on top of the 50% retracement, which is very bullish. And then we go over to something like Ethereum, which is basically, like I like to call it, the king of the altcoins. Ethereum has been following the total market cap to a T. So Ethereum is definitely one we all need to take into consideration whenever we are charting something. And as you can see, it's done exactly the same. It found resistance at the 0.618, but found support at the 50%. Total market cap found resistance at the 618, found support on the 50%. So these two are following the plan completely. So regardless of whatever else is going on, this could ultimately be one of the most important charts along with Bitcoin, and that is currently finding support on the 50% retracement. So that is very, very good to see that we are finding support there, and that also did have a bounce. So I'll be watching this chart very closely, along with the Ethereum chart very closely, to see what does happen in the next few days. Hopefully we get another bounce out of there, and we simply just came back down to retest the 50% retracement as we broke out of it. This is the first time we retested it, so we can end up, making our way higher. Lastly, I just wanted to end off with another coin, which is Ethereum Classic, only because it's a different way of kind of showing that this has now also found support in a certain area. Ethereum Classic is also another OG coin. And what I decided to do with this was, remember this range that we were talking about all the time? So with Bitcoin, if I zoom out, one of the ranges that one of the points of resistance that I kept, going on about was to break out of this range that we've been in for such a long time, which would have been right there, because we found some resistance there, and even before we broke out of it, as you can see, we rejected it one last time, right? Well, Ethereum Classic actually just came back down to retest that range that we've been stuck in for a while. As you can see, we wicked below it, but we currently are trading just above it. So however you want to kind of put this, but it came back down to retest the range, in my opinion, which was just its previous breakout. So we broke out of the range. We've come back down to retest it. Are we going to end up going now? Obviously, with Bitcoin, you can kind of take it, look at it, from this point of view as well. If I do extend this over here, once we did break out of the range, if I zoom into this, Bitcoin did come back and retest it right there. Before that did end up going higher, right? We've kind of just been in this area for a while, but it was good to see that once we did break out of the range, we did come back and retest it, and then we carried on going. Ethereum Classic seems to be right there. Broke out of the range. We've come back to retest it. Will we keep going? I don't know. We have to wait and see. We definitely still need a lot more confirmation of things, whether that is Bitcoin or the total market cap, or Cardano being a leader itself. Cardano, Luna are being the leaders, and they've come back to important levels. So are they going to start bouncing? Because ultimately we could then see the rest of the market bouncing as well. So look, we need a little bit more confirmation. Hopefully today it can give it to us. I'm looking for Bitcoin to hold $44,000. If it doesn't, because obviously I need to present the case of if it doesn't, it is not the end of the world for people that think it is. All I'd be looking for, if Bitcoin does not hold that $44,000 level, I'd just be looking for it to come back down to the next fib support, which would be the 0.382, which comes in at $42,500. It would not surprise me if we do this at all. Reason being is because every time we've broken out of a Fibonacci retracement so far, we'd find resistance at the top and then come back down and hit support. So again, with this one, with the 382, we broke out of it. We did find support back on top of it. The only difference is after breaking out of the 50%, we did not head up to the 0.618 like the total market cap did. It should have, but it didn't. And at the moment, we're just kind of chilling in this area here. So I wouldn't mind if it come back down to the 42.5K mark if we broke 44K. So, it's all good stuff, guys. I'm not worried about anything at all. Corrections, dips, they need to happen. It's healthy. Come back down and hit support levels so we can end up going higher. As you guys saw, ADA, Luna, XRP, Ethereum Classic, these are big coins. They've all done that now. They've all come back and hit critical levels of support, which could hopefully confirm we're going to end up going higher. Okay, so we've got to wait and see if they do break below them. Cool, we'll just take a look at the next point of support. But yeah, like I said, more confirmation is needed, guys. This isn't financial advice. I'm just letting you guys know what I'm seeing and what I'm hoping for. But if anything does change, I'll be sure to let you guys know. If you haven't joined the Discord, please be sure to join it because I'm keeping people updated on there as well. And if you've enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any videos. And I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy, people.